I've shared thousands of stories about being an entrepreneur, but I've never shared this one. My heart sank to my friggin' throat. This is the most pain I've ever experienced in my entrepreneurial life over the last decade. And Dan did something you shouldn't do. And I just felt like I needed to share it. In this uncut, I go deep. Hope you enjoy.
Where are we at?
We in Nashville.
What are we doing in Nashville? A whole lot of fun.
You got invited to speak here, right? Or something?
Yeah, speaking at Stephanie Wagner's event, and then building a whole kind of media tour around that.
All the conversations in Nashville led up to me sharing a story that I'd never shared publicly ever.
We got Taylor's house right now. We're gonna go do a pod with him, then we're gonna do dinner. So I've been wanting to go visit his new house forever since he built it.
I met Taylor through my buddy Keith. Like, I love that we did the pod and hung out and couldn't stop talking like schoolgirls.
What's up, everybody? I'm doing amazing. What's up, David? Good to see you.
Oh, we're doing it. What's up, bro?
Dude, you have a beautiful home.
Thank you, man.
We got a lot to catch up on, man.
And we talked before about you can go 90 days without complaining.
Dude, that's an awesome challenge. That's an awesome challenge.
We should do it, and we should enroll some people in it to do it.
I'm 100,000% down.
People are using their words to speak things they don't want to happen, and then they're confused why they're afraid all the time.
Well, I go a step further. Every one of my goals has a mantra for the outcome. Project Visible Ads, 215 lean. Dude, that would change people's lives.
Everything about it.
Instead of saying, this is what I don't want, you say, hey, this is what I was hoping to see.
Yes.
And you speak, because it's called like finding the bright spots.
Yes.
This is like a real...
Even as a leader challenging your team, that would flip everything around.
Wow. 100,000% in.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That would change my life.
Renee was late coming to Taylor's, and she came into the kind of the podcast room, and she was standing up, but Taylor kept wanting talking to Renee, and then eventually I was just like, come sit down. So it was kind of neat. We had like my conversation with Taylor, just me, and then he got to verify some of his assumptions with Renee. It's not often I get to do a podcast with my wife, but she's the star of the family. I mean, anybody that knows Renee knows this guy married up.
All right.
I just love you guys.
Thanks, Taylor. Appreciate it, man. This is great.
So day 2, we get up, go hit the gym, exhaust the body to tame the mind, get ready for a big day of speaking and podcast. The last podcast was a bit of a twist because I interviewed somebody that I really admire, that I know you probably know.
I heard a good sentence this morning was, everything in life is either a lesson or a blessing. Isn't that a good one? That's a fucking bar. Right? All the bad stuff are just lessons, and everything else is just a blessing.
How do you prepare for this podcast?
Well, what I used to do was like massive amounts of research. What I do now, though, is I look at who I'm going on and what's the topic they like to talk about, and then I just write down, 3 to 5 stories. Stories are the glue to remembering anything. And then I'll ask myself, what are the 3 to 5 quotes that I have? I have a whole notes file of things that I like to talk about, like these sayings that I've crafted, and I'll just go grab 3 or 5 of those and I'll put that in there. I review them before the podcast, and then I just totally, completely let them go out the window. And here's the other thing a lot of people would really benefit from. When you're being interviewed, try to praise the interviewer as much as you can, because the interviewer is nervous. So as soon as they ask a question, if you say something as simple as, wow, that's a great question.
Yeah, I've never had someone ask me that question.
That's the first time somebody's asked me it that way. It's genuine, it truly is.
When a real entrepreneur talks, you can tell when they're talking. There's something different, and I knew that about him, and I'm just honored that you would take time to come and be with us. So give him a big Brand Builders group welcome, Dan Martell.
I just want to apologize to the 2 women that I ran into in the women's bathroom. I have my executive assistant, Ann. So when I'm traveling and doing media tours, I have one job. It's follow Ann's heels. So I walk around like this on my phone, walking around. All of a sudden, I walk in, I look up, I'm in the women's bathroom. In Anne's defense, she did say, I told you, hold on. Speaking at Rory Vaden's event was really cool because everybody in that room was like a peer. Everybody was an author, you know, and I think that to me is my favorite part, is helping creators create more is super fun. And it was more of a conversation than me speaking at them.
Nice job, man.
Are you happy, Sam? Sam likes that kind of stuff. You know what's funny is that in the past, it's almost like I share when I know, because I wrote it down. This time, I just shared it. Like, I feel like it was almost like a gift, not a burden. Does that make sense? Hey, Adley, how's it going?
Hey, hi guys, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Actually, this is a copy of the book, signed. Yes, this is my copy for you.
Thank
yes.
you so much.
Yeah, it's my
I'm
pleasure.
glad.
All right, where are we doing this?
You got an hour? I'll give you a 5 before.
Yeah.
5 minutes before.
And is there anything I can't ask about? Can I ask about revenue size? Can I ask about team size? Can I ask about how you buy back your time?
Yeah.
Kind of crazy having the roles reversed where I'm now interviewing somebody, because being an interviewer, you want some unique content and you want to make it super valuable for the audience. So a lot more pressure, honestly, but it's kind of my happy place. I'm a genuinely curious person. So asking people questions, kind of a professional. Last question.
Okay.
Adley, when you look back at 2017 when you first viral video, who did you need to become to deal with this level of success?
You can't be a people pleaser and do this business. And I was a people pleaser when I first started making videos. And the comments would tear me apart because they would misunderstand who I was, what I was doing. I was like, no, I'm not that person. I didn't say it like that. And so learning how to just care about what I think. What do I think of me? And then other people, the right people, are going to be attracted to that. So that's been the guiding North Star.
So beautiful. I love that. Where should people follow you? Where's your favorite platform?
I'd say Instagram.
Perfect.
Instagram.
Same. I think Instagram is my fave. Everybody go find Adley on Instagram. Give her a follow. She's going to create a massive portfolio production company shows. I have no doubt. I know it. I can kind of already see it. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. That
So
means
great.
A lot coming from you.
Appreciate it.
Means a lot.
Have an amazing day. That's how we do it.
Thanks for coming to our makeshift podcast wall.
No, it's so good.
For the podcast we don't have.
And I think Adley is incredibly talented. I know she's a ridiculously rising star. We're gonna see her all over the place, and it's fun to call her friend. Day 3, same routine, morning, exhaust the body, get our brain right for all the interviews, and then we hopped over to Lori Harder. She was in town doing a bunch of podcasts for her pod. Renee and I have been listening to your guys' podcast for like 5 years.
No.
So I know everything. Chris and Lori are people that Renee and I listen to their pod when we go on road trips. So for me to finally meet her, I'd met Chris in the past, but then also Renee to meet somebody she really admires. And it just made for a really fun conversation.
Yeah. Oh, well, you crushed it. I know you're going to crush all your podcasts today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you
and send my best to Chris.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to the Greatness Factory, man. The Greatness Factory. This beautiful vision that Coach Burt had. We did a bunch of pods at the Greatness Factory because he's got the whole media set up. I mean, I think we did 4 or 5, so it was really easy logistically speaking. But the coolest part was like meeting the team that Coach Burt put together. I mean, we got a tour. Here's this incredible facility. It's got this big auditorium. It's got the co-working space. It's got the deal room. It's got the consulting room. It's got the media section. And he essentially had a vision for a space where creators and entrepreneurs could come together to co-create things together, and he brought it to life. Bow, bow. Justin, I got a copy for you.
Oh, awesome.
Personally signed. This is my gift to you, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
very
man.
much.
No, I appreciate you having me. Dude, it's a gift.
It's awesome. Yeah.
I wrote that for you this morning. I had a podcast with Bijal, who's a new friend, but somebody I really love.
I'm good, dude. I'm living that sugar-free life.
Yeah?
I'm day 5.
Are you serious?
I'm like, bitches, why are you bitching in this group?
You should jump in there and tell them, I don't like tomato juice.
It's kind of weird how, like, I'm hungry. Yeah, it's called a cleanse.
Yeah. And it was interesting. There was a moment in the pod where she shared about her experience with Ozempic, the way the conversation slowed down and we really felt the energy in the room change.
Like, Dan, you don't understand. I am not
previously somebody who would have been excited about fitness. I can't stop talking about it. And the reason I shared is...
Can I just stop you real quick? You don't want getting emotional right now? I know how many people you're going to help.
Now I'm getting emotional. It's like I have this outward energy and I have this outward confidence and I have the ability to shine light on people. But one of the places I was suffering previously is that I couldn't figure out why I was still dealing with low self-worth. I had lost a bunch of weight a year and a half ago. I was really open about my story that I took Ozempic. I lost like 50 pounds and I looked better, but I didn't feel better. My internal confidence didn't change because I lost 50 pounds. I gained it all back and I was like, damn it, the Ozempic didn't work for me. Something's wrong with me. My identity had started to change into I will always be fat, I will always be obese, but if I have these other redeeming qualities, that should make up for itself. After going through that, it's like the inspiration to start the 75 Hard, to go in and do this, is I started to feel the self-worth come through because I finally started to deal with, why is the emotional eating here? Why do you not feel it in your body to say that you deserve to be fit? You deserve to have that level of energy.
Oh, you got to clip that part. That version of you was fucking fire. Yeah, we did the pod with Coach Burt, and what's crazy is I'm such a fan, and I've read his books, so it's just really fun to add value to his audience and support his space. Player Squad.
How you doing, brother?
Man, that's so good to meet you finally.
Good to see ya.
This is the epicenter.
Okay.
You did it.
We're doing it.
No, you did it.
Right, we have did it.
You
yes.
did it.
We
You
have
gone down, did it.
Yeah.
You did it, man. It's awesome.
Thank you, man.
I just feel like we both see life the same way, and being around people that share those values and that kind of intentionality is just really cool. So yeah, we had a great time.
You've really struck a chord with people here on this book. So get the book, follow Dan, and let's keep that thing from 36 million to 50 million to the next thing you know, it'll be 100 million, brother.
Let's go. We got clear? We clear? Clear!
There you go.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, then we go to the Scale Up event, which is the event we were in town speaking at. Renee was speaking there and I was speaking there. And it was fun because I went to watch Renee, which I have in the past, but she has leveled up her game. My wife is funny. I want you to know this. I'm sitting in the back room and I'm watching her and she is hilarious. Watching her speak was really cool. And then coming up after her was just like a really fun moment where I could like kind of change the energy and really talk about some really personal stuff, some challenges, and help people kind of see through my story where they had opportunity to grow and just create the space for us to have that conversation.
A round of applause for Dan.
Boom! Welcome! What's up, everybody? I'm gonna ask myself, what could I share today that would probably have the biggest impact with all of you guys? It was literally one of the worst business weeks of my life. I decided to share that story because it just felt like the right time. And I've been thinking about writing another book and kind of the concepts, and it just felt like a great opportunity to serve that audience specifically. It was about 24 months ago. I meet a lot of speakers around the world, and I invited this speaker to speak on stage. He's one of my good friends, actually. And he teaches men how to be better men for their wives. He says it completely different than that. He's very vulgar. And I knew it, and I was like, hey dude, like my audience, a lot of Christians, maybe don't have to use those words. This is literally his response. Dan, I'm pretty freaking awesome, man, and I think people will like who they're gonna meet, so I'm just gonna be me. Is that okay? Dude, you know what? You're gonna do what you're gonna do. It's all good. So anyways, I let him do his thing, and it was pretty vulgar, and it was intense, but at the same time, he shook people up that need to be shooken up. And I get a call from my COO one day, and she goes, Dan, I am dealing with an HR issue because of them feeling like if you approved of that message, then they're clearly on the wrong team. My heart sank to my friggin' throat. And I was like, oh, okay, what do you want to do? She says, right off the bat, you need to apologize, blah, blah, blah. And I got in front of the all hands of the company and I said, hey, I want to apologize. Here's the new rule. If I wouldn't say it, the person's not allowed on our stage. Simple rule. Does that make sense? I thought we were easy peasy. Wasn't enough. When I was thinking I was getting my arms wrapped around the freaking craziness that I thought I finally got control of that felt like vapor. You ever try to put your arms around fog? It started a cascade. And I just got frustrated with the freaking blah, 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 back the scenes. I heard this, my CRO called me. Well, this person's still upset and blah, blah, blah. I just got frustrated. And Dan did something you shouldn't do. I went into Slack out of frustration and I write, here's what we're about. If this does not work for you, I will give you $15,000 cash today. I will not ask questions and you can move on. That wasn't a good move. People that weren't even considering leaving just said, I don't know what's going on, but I think I might want to take you up on that offer. And I wish it stopped there. I had to say, Renee, can you come in and help me? I don't know who to trust anymore. It got so bad, we lost 32% of my team in 6 months. Oh yeah. Would you believe that I had an HR person that was a big part of this problem? And would you want to guess what her name was? Karen. Can't make it up. I had a revenue leader lie to my face, quit the next day. He said he was I'm down for the mission. And then next thing you know, resigned. And it was almost like week over week over week, I was getting beat up. I want you guys to understand this. It's a beautiful lesson. When you are in the thick of it, when you are just getting boom, boom, punch, hit, kicked, and you're fighting, I want you to know this. If you make it through it, and I trust you will, it will be the most epic story you have. So thank you. Clap it up, man. That's real talk. Everything that I did that I knew was the lesson, I made a list of all the skills I had to develop. That's all. I can't control. I got to control the controllables. What can I control? I control how I think and how I respond. It happened. I just worked at it. And over the next year and a half, I rebuilt the company. It took me 18 months to rebuild that business. The story was so on point for the room that I wanted to open up for Q&A. Each question got asked almost back to back of the stuff I wanted to teach. And it just validated that this message, this topic is something that needs to be out there. Can I leave you guys with one more thing? Is that okay? I actually believe that every person in this room only has 2 things you should do with your life. What I'm here to do is wake up every day to become the 10.0 version of myself. So that's what you should do every day. You should wake up every day, try to be that person. And then the number 2 thing is while you're doing that, can you please teach other people? I will wake up every day and teach everything I know, nothing gated, no filter for the rest of my life. So thanks for having me, guys. So that was Nashville. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Got the behind the scenes of all the crazy stuff that I do in my life with my wife, traveling, jets, people, speaking, podcasts, having fun. Be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what part you like the best. What can we do? What can we produce that you would enjoy seeing more of? Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so you always get notified when a new video drops every week. And I'll see you on the next one.